Facebook?
No, we're live on Facebook.
It doesn't say. It just says YouTube and Twitch.
No, it's all. That's what I was changing when I stepped out earlier.
Okay.
You probably have to refresh your screen.
Let me see. Changes. Can I reload?
You probably would end up stepping out for a second. Yep, there you go.
Fare thee well, Patty. You will be missed.
Okay. Okay, now I see it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go here. There was a way where everybody's in the corner and we can see the chat.
Oh, that's in chat and then chat overlay.
Okay, there we go. So I could just do this like this. All right, y'all. What's goody? Yo, we're live. So if you have any questions and any concerns, we don't care. Now I'm playing.
I have no concerns today.
Everybody on IG, let us know if you can hear us. Testing, 1 2 1 2. Let us know if you can hear us.
And also, congratulations to anyone. Yeah, I was just about to say that. All you student loan payers, congrats on that 10K relief. It's a good day.
That first bit, let's get the rest of this, Biden. Come on.
Although that did come with a solid warning. No more delays. This is the last time, you guys. 10K and that's it.
Yeah, I've heard my parents use that tone before.
Yeah, but yeah, who knows? But still, it's not a bad day for it. I didn't think it would actually happen. I know people said like Biden was going to get rid of student loans, but it seemed like one of those campaign promises that no one follows through with.
Yeah, I saw the first article go out at like 11, and I was convinced he would die before 2:15 when he was supposed to officially announce it. I'm like, there's no way he gonna make it.
But yeah. Good day. But other than that, so Patty, you were saying you watched
anime list so I could talk shit.
About.
Always.
Huh?
You were saying that you watched House of Dragons.
What up, guys? Let us know if you could hear us on IG. Because that's always an issue for it. What's good, Hunt? What's up?
I haven't seen anyone saying they can. So I'll assume it's fine.
What's popping? All right. Thank you, Hunt. So you can hear us. All right, perfect. Now it's time to talk shit.
Okay. All right, what we talking shit about?
Wait, I thought you were in favor of the dragon one.
It's gonna be some shit talking.
What is it called?
I have
New Game of Thrones.
Idea.
That you just call it that. Everyone will know what you're talking about.
I don't think so.
I don't know. This summer has. I know usually summer animes are something that we just like. You don't really. Summer animes are just a pastime. You play catch up, right? So I don't really see anything that's really like, other than Overlord and Classroom of the Elite. I'm not really. I find myself wandering off and just doing something else. I don't see anything remotely interesting when it comes to anime.
Yeah, it's mainly sequels this season. There's a few like small ones on the side that I'm enjoying as well. But yeah, not like a season I'm gonna write home about. Like, I'm not gonna remember this season for like the rest of my life. Except again for sequels.
I'm just I don't know now. With anime being mainstream, being so big, I'm in demand. Let me tell you something. All these studios, in my mind, I have all these studios in my head, and they watch us and while they drawing and stuff like that. So I want to let it be known. All these other studios, listen, there's too much content to be made out there. Summer should not be a catch up season. I'm telling you right now, there's too many webtoons, there's too many mangas, there's too many shit to be out here that you guys cannot tell me that you don't have content to put out. I'd rather you tell me you need a break and it's a vacation.
Yeah, just takes the summer off. It's fine.
But Mappa can't do that because y'all should be doing summer rotations because y'all got over 300 people on staff. So I'm not taking that. Mappa, y'all should be working every single day. Every single day because y'all can do rotations. Not to mention, you got a lot of explaining to do because you just disappointed fans last season. Talk about season 5, episode 637 for fucking Attack on Titan. So first of all, no, I'm not gonna say last season. This next season of Attack on Titan is gonna be killer because it's probably not gonna be the last. They're gonna find a way to do another season or or a movie and then a final episode. Like I feel like that's what's gonna happen. But let's see what they go with this. But I'm convinced that they need to. I want my studios working. If you have over 100 people on staff, you guys can rotate. You guys can fucking rotate. I'm not. They'll
probably do some overs. Like, shit. I can
catch up for what? Y'all put out content every fucking year. Y'all put out over 100 fucking titles. Why summer got to be catch up? Why? And you know what? Summer is a perfect time to put out your top heavy hitters because people will acknowledge you. People will see you. People will be like, all right, this was good for this summer. When you put out fall, spring animes, winter animes, you're competing with the very look. Chainsaw Man allegedly is supposed to be coming out in the fall. Who? Just give it to them. I wouldn't even release anything in that season because it's so highly anticipated. And then top it off, the Bleach arc is coming. You got heavy hitters. What's gonna happen? Like, nah, I'm not putting. If I was a studio and I'm putting out new content and there's a new fucking title, nah, I'll be like, I'll wait.
I mean, there's a good chance they don't have to compete with Bleach, depending on if the mouse does pull off getting it. I'm not really. If I was making an anime and I was dropping, Bleach is not a concern.
Oh, I forgot Mob Psycho. Mob Psycho's coming out next season. And we got, is this the final season of My Hero Academia? It's season 6.
No, couldn't be.
No. In this day and age, no. There's no such thing as final seasons anymore.
But even still, they still have like a lot left.
Your Eternity is out. It's coming next season. Ladies and gentlemen, get your box of tissues. Get your box of tissues.
And remember, you watch Kotaro, you know you got to spring for the premium tissues.
Ew.
What you do?
No, don't actually eat the tissues, people.
That's sad. So, Bree, what did you actually like about Salmon?
Oh, dang. I thought you said salmon. Nah. So, yeah, you had
Wait, Bree, were you talking this whole entire time? You know I can't hear you for shit, right?
No, I don't know
that. Did you say
that.
anything in between? I thought you was just playing with Yuki. You was talking?
Wait.
Hold up. To who?
Is my audio that quiet?
No, hold on.
What the hell?
Patty, I can hear her.
I can't hear you.
Wait, can you hear me?
I hear you.
What? I don't know.
Nothing. You can't hear
a private chat. Bree's like, can you hear me?
And you said yes.
I never put yes.
Oh no, that was me who said yes.
Oh, okay, that explains a lot.
Hold on, Bree.
That okay, now I heard you. Now
I hear you. Now I hear you.
Wait, actually, I see why. Me and Patty are both in as admin, so I never changed my name.
Okay, yeah, I was talking the whole time. Then I asked if you could hear me, and then I just saw a note from you, Patty, that said, "Yeah, I hear you." Just yes. I'm like, oh, okay. So you're just ignoring me then. That's cool. That's
no,
cool.
I didn't know you was talking the whole time. I didn't hear you. It was Dirk
me who said yes.
The whole entire time. Man, y'all probably heard her and y'all thinking I was rude as shit. Nah, it was me. It was her. That's how I went. I was like, why is she so quiet? Let me ask her a question. What you thought about Sandman, bitch? What's
Wait, can you hear her now though?
Yeah, am I good? Now.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, what the heck?
Say it with your chest.
Yeah, I'm
Speak
gonna
up.
have to. I'll have to like sit up and use my abs. But no, so yeah, Patty, you recommended it, and I was hesitant just because, like, I saw it on Netflix and I kind of passed it by, but it was amazing. I am not done yet, but I was very surprisingly impressed because knowing Sandman is DC, it's DC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, knowing it was DC, I was a little worried, but DC knows how to do shows. They
At least
really
for the
do.
first few seasons, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So just like the transitions are good. I was worried about the CG at first. But nah. It's super smooth. Some of the like creepy dream transitions are great. It's disturbing but never like full on horror or scary.
Mm-hmm.
Except for
So
that
yeah,
diner
yeah.
scene.
And it gets me emotional. Like that death episode was great.
Oh, that was good.
She is perfect.
Hmm.
Her
Oh my
boots,
god.
her jeans, her hair. Like, I love when she tells them, I know who you are, Sam. And then they look at her and say, oh shit, bitch, no, not yet. Like, for just 2 minutes, they already know that she's deaf. I was like, yo, shit, that's crazy. Like, you never seen this black woman before day in your life. All of a sudden, you know it's deaf.
But you know.
Right?
You know it's deaf.
She just gave that vibe, but nah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's you know what? It left a lot to be desired. I have to say.
Really, by
Oh.
the end? Because I think I've
Yeah.
got like maybe 1 or 2 more episodes left.
Yeah,
Maybe 2 or 3.
it left a lot to be desired. I just felt like he what's his name? Morpheus?
Yeah.
Is it Morpheus? I just felt like he's not equipped to be Sandman. He's not equipped to be the king and god of dreams. Nigga, how you lose your sin? Like I know it starts off that he gets
Yeah.
kidnapped and he gets kidnapped for 70 years, right? He's in captive for 70 years, right? And for 70 years, he's butt ass naked in this little cage, right? The whole
Almost
entire
100.
time. Nah, it's
Over 100 years.
I think it's 70 because I read I actually
Actually,
read the
you
first
might be
comic.
right because I know he gets kidnapped at the start of World War One. So it is
Yeah,
over
yeah,
100.
it's over 100.
He's in World War One when he gets kidnapped, and he doesn't get out till 2020.
All right, well in the comics they say it's 70.
They
70.
just changed
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's 70. So
Right, change it so that they could use modern times.
Oh yeah, probably in the comic. The comic probably came out in the 90s.
Yeah, pretty much so.
Yeah.
Fun fact is the creator of American Gods. He wrote this. And
Neil Gaiman, right? Yeah, he
mhm.
writes good stuff.
Yeah, he I
No, you don't like it?
the reason I'm upset is because they let go of Orlando, what's his name? Of American Gods. They let go of the best actor throughout the whole show. And that's the one who played Anansi. So
I never saw it.
Yeah, American Gods. I once I found out that he wasn't in the second, like I think they dropped him middle second season. I didn't bother trying to watch it. I just read the book and I was like, oh, okay. He made Anansi because Anansi has like probably 2 lines in the book. So I was just like, oh, okay. This is like he made this character. So they gave him free reign to make the character into his own, and he nailed it because they had no clue how they was gonna write Anansi in the series, right? And he was like, "I'll be back," and he killed it. He killed it. He helped with the scenes. He helped with direction and all that shit. Like he was the one that was in control of how his character should be played out. And then he claimed that his character was too powerful, that the other people were getting, the palm colors were getting intimidated, or they felt like this is too racial, like this is too much. I think we should just kill him off. And then he just got a letter saying, yeah, you don't have to show up for work next week.
Damn.
Dang.
That was it. No excuse, nothing. They just said you didn't have to show up for work next week. Mind you, this guy doesn't have any altercation. He didn't have an altercation with anybody. Everybody was cool with him all the way up to the end, and it was like, nah, nigga, you too black for this. So that's pretty much what happened. But with back to what I was saying about Morpheus, I just feel like he's so weak. He's just so weak.
Well, I feel like that was kind of the point of this season, is him rising back to power, and he just doesn't really get there all the way yet. I mean, like, there's a random human who pretty much dominates him for like half an episode. Like, he's not back at full power yet. Like, he's still trying to rebuild.
Nah, to me, I think he was just weak off the rip. He never acknowledged how important Shorty was. Like the librarian,
I was pissed with that. That librarian told him from the jump, hey, yeah, maybe you shouldn't. And he said, nah. It's cool. This will be fine. And then he did it again. She's like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't. And he just kept ignoring her. The only thing I would really applaud him for that made me just appreciate his character is when he is sitting there captured and he looks his captors in the face and they say, yeah, if you just do what I tell you, I'll let you out. It's okay. I don't mind. Just promise not to kill me. And he said, you know what? No, fuck you. I'm not agreeing to shit. I will outlive you. I will wait till you curl up and die. One day you'll goof. One day you'll make a mistake. And you know what? I'm not making a deal. I'll wait for that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Waited 70 years, but that's an impressive amount of petty he contained in his immortal body.
No, he's beyond petty. Like, he said 0 words the whole time. He just waited, just sat there, like, oh, you killed my Raven. I'm gonna remember that.
Yep. I'm gonna remember. I'm not gonna forget. I'm not gonna give in. And one day, I'm gonna get you. Mm-hmm. One day, I'll be there. So I appreciate that level of pettiness. But no, I do feel like in the series, he even acknowledged to himself, like, yeah, I'm weak as hell because I made these tools for myself, put all my power in that. So now here I am, useless and weak.
Yeah.
So if it is something that'll have multiple seasons, I can see him picking up later. But yeah, he was very unimpressive for like the first half.
I need to see what made you, because you were Sandman for X amount of centuries and shit. And I still don't understand why you're in power. Like, you don't know. Your subjects left, right? And you're not even compassionate about why they left, because remember, you were kidnapped. Right. And then now all of a sudden you're not even going over to apologize to nobody. Like, you just coming up here talking about why you left.
No. That's true. I mean, he's like, how dare they leave? Did they have so little faith? My God, you were gone 100 years.
Hey, like that
was a while. They waited for you to come back, and then you didn't. And then I don't know if later in the series it'll say, but I know because I haven't finished like the last 2 or 3 episodes. But they pretty clearly stated, yeah, one of your siblings did the same thing, and they did just dip out and abandon people. There's a precedent for your types to just leave. So yeah, after 100 years, we all assumed you weren't coming back.
Right. And it's not like everyone left at the exact same time. You know, they trickled out.
Yeah.
But you had the librarian. Listen to this. The librarian stayed.
Mm-hmm. Librarians deserve better.
Little books, fixing what books that she could in the fucked up citadel that she calls a palace, right? So my thing is that why you not giving her more respect on top of that?
Right?
Why you not listening to her? She's telling you, my lord, I think we should do this and do this and do this because they have this. You should just stay a librarian. All right, bitch.
Watch what happens next time you get kidnapped.
Okay.
I ain't gonna be here.
Right? And you know what's messed up? The minions, the scarecrow and all them niggas, he said, he told the crow, Matthew, and said, yo, listen, Matthew, when you find out what's going on with that, what's that portal chick? With the dress, go back and tell the librarian. He was like, tell the librarian. He said, yeah, we all know she the one that run this shit. What you going back to tell Morpheus for? You tell the librarian first, and then you go out and tell Morpheus, or she will go and tell Morpheus herself. Like, we all know who holds the cards here. I'm tired. That's the only thing that exhausts me. Here comes another black woman doing all the work and getting no credit for it. She makes Morpheus look good. When I tell you she makes Morpheus look good, even when Morpheus went to Cain and Abel, and they were trying to plead a case of not getting the dragon, whatever, she was like, hush, silence, nobody cares about that. We got a mission to do.
Mm-hmm.
He the one that shut them up. He didn't do that. Yo, Morpheus got, if he is the controller of all dreams and everything, I need to know how he got that position, how he got there, because now he's not.
I think it's just pure nepotism.
Probably.
And they say they're, they just like all the kids.
Yeah, but for how long? How were you able to maintain order? We all know it's the librarian. Let's be real. I want to hear a story about her. I want to know where she, first of all, where she get the blazer from, the jacket with the tailcoat. I want to know where she get that. I want to know where she get her shoes. I want to know how she's able to be in the position that she's in and know that she's underappreciated by the ruler of dreams.
I bet she's not even paid.
Yeah, but also like we already know he wasn't running a tight ship because the Corinthian got out. That's how the show starts. He had to go get somebody who left while he was fully there. Like, dude and was honestly, there in charge and in power, and he just got up and bounced. Like,
and he left because he was bored. Honestly, that's what had it implied. Because she had said maybe you shouldn't go there yourself. And it implied that there were ways to get him back without personally going to do it.
Yeah, like,
and
let
he's like,
me handle it.
I'm going. It's like, sir, but that's not where your power is strongest. You can get in trouble. No, I'm doing it. Goodbye.
And you know what? I feel like this series is just on shit on black women. Let me tell you, when Constantine had her lover wait for her at the sand, and she was in bed, just in her own juices, her own feces, everything, just sitting there, just dreaming about Constantine, about a white woman, The whole entire time she stayed in bed. This bitch never thought about coming back for the sand, let alone coming back to her ex-girlfriend.
She
was worried. She said, I called your exes. She said, who you call? She said, I called Paul, Peter, and Sam. Sam? You call Sam? Why'd you call Sam? Bitch, it don't matter who I call. The point is that you never checked up on me. You out here slaying demons, going to churches, doing seance and shit, and you couldn't even call me and say, hey, bitch, I left something there. Don't touch it. It's a sand, but I'm going to come back for it. Like, you didn't do, like, this girl went out her mind holding on to something that remind her of Constantine. And it was just a bag of sand, and she held on to it. And I'm like, damn, Daff is the only woman that was holding it down for all the black women. Every woman was getting shitted on over here.
Right, the one in jail. Okay, wait, how do you feel? Because this is something I didn't love about Morpheus turning into a black guy for a little bit and then back. Like, it implied that's another form of dream. But, you know, when he went to hell, there was a girl locked up.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's like, I don't know where that story is from. But I'm sure it is some like legend about like the god of sleep in another culture. Probably an African one based on it. But when he just like turned black for a second, then turned back into a skinny white dude image, that tasted a little funny.
Yeah, a little bit. It left a little bit of. I mean, we could have had it worse. It could have been like Robert Downey Jr. and Tropic Thunder.
That was better. That is the best form.
I'm glad they actually went out their way. To one thing for sure I have to say about Mr. Neil, what's his name?
Gaiman?
Yeah, he likes to play with different cultures and put them all together. I don't know. I don't know if he does it for real representation or he just does it because he has a fetish of other cultures. I don't know. I feel funny when white men want to be like, no, they're black because I want them to be like, you know, like what's your agenda? Like, I don't feel like you're doing it for the right reasons. Because if that's the case, you would have got a director to write those lines for this black person instead of you writing and guessing or suggesting how this person of color fits in this story. I don't know. But I mean, for the most part, when he puts all of the characters together, it's not necessarily about race.
Yeah, I think he was pulling a Bridgerton. Like whoever made this was pulling a Bridgerton, and then there didn't seem to be any racism in this world. It's like unclear because it's a little supernatural, but there were no outward signs, even when it was like seems like a situation that would have been racist. Like again, 1920s, there was like black people in the same hospital as white people. So it seems like they were going like racism doesn't exist in this world. Yeah, and there were black people in the cult who weren't just servants.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I think they were all servants, but they were like servants on the same level.
Only servants.
Right?
Yeah.
Like they were at the party. They were like when they threw that party, they were just at the party, like not in the back or nothing.
Pretty much, and I still appreciate that. I like those. It's fun. You get to see black women being a little more impressive.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Again, Death, amazing.
Oh,
I loved her.
Phenomenal.
She was great.
God damn, yeah, she stole the show that episode.
She did. But overall, yeah, I thought Sandman was good.
Yeah, I'm still enjoying it.
Because just like the way they shot some of the scenes was super impressive. So if you're a fan of looking at like the transition sequences and how to shoot a dream or any kind of like cinematography buff, it's definitely worth watching. And, I guess it did feel kind of like the comic. Like it somehow had that vibe. I don't know how to like specifically clarify what that vibe is. But, it felt like it was people who had actually read comics before making it and not just someone saying, hey, here's a popular title. Let's toss this up.
Okay. I mean, I'm saying okay, like I watched the same amount as you have. I have exactly 2 episodes left because Yakuza has taken over my life. So that is mainly what I've been doing. And Patty is having camera issues, I guess. Or cooking. Because I do hear pots and pans in the background.
Oh, she might be getting herself something to eat.
Oh.
One thing so what was the Game of Thrones thing called? Because I am really curious now. I never finished Game of Thrones, but I know House of Dragons.
And because I finished House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon, okay.
Because I finished Game of Thrones, I don't want to watch it. I will if I have to for the podcast.
No one's putting you at gunpoint. Because that and the new Lord of the Rings, I'm not particularly interested. Because I wasn't a fan enough of either of those original series to really go into them looking for them.
Weirdly enough, I could watch the Lord of the Rings because I don't care what happens. The same way I could watch like all the later Star Wars movies. It's like I'm not a deep enough fan that I care. I'm going into it just like I go into any DC movie, expecting absolutely nothing. Just like, ooh, lightsabers, that was cool. Oh, force powers. All right, I'm going home now.
Oh, low bar.
It is extremely low bar. That's what I'm saying. I have a very low bar for the Star Wars movies. So, like, yeah.
Are those both on Amazon Prime, or does HBO have one of them? HBO has dragons.
Yes, Lord of the Rings is Prime.
My bad. I made banana bread.
Yeah, we heard the pots and pans in the background.
Did you hear anything else?
No.
Should we have heard something else?
Like, don't make that face. I'm like, yo, whoa, what the fuck happened back there?
Right? I don't know. Mike complaining.
Oh, okay.
Because I said, no, it's not for you. He's like, what you mean? It's a whole loaf. Why can't I was like, first of all, I need potassium in my diet. He said, this ain't potassium. It's banana bread. You're supposed to just eat the banana.
Sure, there's still some potassium left.
Dang, I should go to the store tomorrow and get some bananas. Because now you have me craving banana bread.
Yeah, I made sure I got the right. I got the ripe bananas. The one with that's the best. It makes it mad sweet.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I hope. What's up, Gotham Geek? How you doing? So, yeah. Wait, did we respond back to behind the scene?
Oh, that he gonna check it out? I don't believe
this is a self-insert of himself of Neil Gaiman. You think? I can see that. I can see it. Like all powerful, but king of dreams, something fantasy and realistic, or not unrealistic, but a very lighthearted, a little power fantasy-ish.
I don't know. I just wanted more for this show for some reason, and it's not really giving it. Yeah, it's not. It's an okay watch. The world building I like. I I don't know. I just wanted more. Like even with the fight with the devil, it was just a D&D game. It was like a rap battle. Like, oh,
it was.
It was. I liked that. I preferred that to like a dramatic, awkwardly
was so
choreographed fight scene.
Bray, I feel like we're biased because I feel like for me personally, I like that fight because of it reminding me of No Game No Life and the fight between the angel or the seraphim, whatever the fuck her race was. And
I believe it's a flugel.
Is it a flugel?
I think
you
so.
said? Okay,
Yeah.
then yeah, that's what it was.
I mean, I don't mind it being a rap battle.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't want it to end that easy, because he was like, "Oh, what do people need when they're in hell? Like you're just a dream." And he said, "Hope." I'm like, that's it.
It was a little soft.
You won.
Yeah, he won.
You just and they let him just walk out like that. I was like, nah, I don't. This is whack. This is so
like,
fucking whack.
I'm like, doubt beats hope. Last I checked, like, fear beats hope. Like, there's so many things that beat hope.
It was a little convenient.
It was just
I was disappointed because I thought he had a plan for winning it. Because like at one point he had a little smirk, like, "Ha, they think they got me, but I Uno reverse and I got them." And then it turns out he didn't have a plan for it. He was just about to get his ass beaten if it wasn't for like a motivational speech.
Yo,
like his crow really came up and said power of friendship. And he was like, "You know what? You're right.
Yeah, don't leave me down here."
Matthew knew he was gonna die when he found out this nigga had no plan. Matthew was like, "Fuck, oh well."
I really thought he was down there with a plan.
Here's the thing. I don't even feel that bad because Matthew, they told your ass not to come down here, but no.
No, that was his job.
Yeah, he could have just not. Morpheus was like, "Yo, don't," and he could have been like, "All right, yo,
make him.
Don't matter." He could have literally gone back to the librarian, like, "Yo, the boss said no. Look, I know you're the real boss, but on paper, right?
Like I said, we established she's the real boss.
Yeah, but
we
on
can pass
paper,
off the other boss.
On paper,
he ain't nobody's boss until his citadel is in order. Right now, you here without
he's been back for a minute, and he didn't fix anything.
No.
Like what? And I expect him to go hunting around for more people to bring back. Like, hey, yeah, the boss is back. Oh, the boss is back. Go and find them, saying, "Get your ass back to work unpaid."
But no, I think he brings quite a few of them back.
Does he? Okay.
Nah, some of them come back, and even my favorite, Mr. Belvedere, the nigga with the garden forest. What's his name?
Got nothing.
Oh nah, you don't know. Oh, never mind, Bree. You're not up to that part. Yeah, you're not up to. There's a guy who's very nice. He looks like he drinks a lot of tea.
Nice.
It's very you never catch him outside because he's reading and drinking tea.
As he should be.
Oh, so, okay. I see what we're talking about.
Even when he's late, he's like, "I'm so sorry. I just couldn't, for the life of me, I couldn't put this book down. It was so riveting." And I was like, "Damn, nigga, what book is it?" Like, I'm like, "What book is it? I want to know what book it is."
I think he dropped an author like once, and that was it.
He was good.
But ultimately, so what grade would you give it? Because I'm sadly up there, like, had a decent 8.5 series.
Nah, I give it a 7, a solid 7.
No.
Okay. Comfortable, worth watching, but it won't be anything groundbreaking.
Nah, not at all. Now, House of Dragons, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
What? No. Do explain, because we're all sitting.
Yeah,
well, not we, but
me.
They are all sitting on that last season 5 Game of Thrones.
I cannot convince you better than that first episode.
I haven't seen the first episode.
I cannot. I feel like it's better when you see it. You know what I'm talking about. The only thing that I am very concerned about is this is why I say I go so hard when I say when studios pick up a manga, they should have the mangaka on board, right? Instead of having the director of that project just take full control. You saw what they did at Game of Thrones. George R. Martin said he had no control over that. He said he even spoke to HBO and they were willing to give 3 more seasons. They wanted it. They had the contract made.
That's why I'm still angry.
Those 2 pieces of shit decided to be like, no, We're gonna finish it because we have other projects to get to, right? Which was stupid because I felt like you could have just ended off that season. It didn't have to be the final season.
Yeah.
You could have just ended off that season and bow out gracefully.
Yeah. Say, hey,
but then again, I still don't know what kind of contract they signed. Maybe the contract that they signed bound them to finish the series. It could be that. So they was like, all right, I can't leave. I have to finish the series. Fine. This is what you get. So I'm gonna research and see what kind of
if they had something like that, then there's definitely NDAs involved, so no one can say shit.
So I don't know. But he's totally disappointed. Because
he should be.
I mean, we should talk his shit. Like, I think Game of Thrones was in everybody's radar for that last episode, for the last 2 episodes, for so long, and it was not good. And to see people pull up for this first episode, when I tell you this first episode, I was like, damn, we already getting started.
Yeah, I heard the site broke.
Nigga, the credits. We just finished the credits. Dang. It gets so good. Just the beginning. You're like, oh my God. And mind you, I read all the books, but this is like a prequel. So I'm going into it brand new, fresh.
Oh, so completely original content, never written before.
Never written before.
Probably you hear some names that have been alluded to before.
I mean, you hear little backstories moving forward about hey, this is how the House of the Dragons and Targaryens, how this person, the great grandfather, did this, the great grandfather did that. But to actually see it play out from the very beginning, the Iron Throne, we actually get to see the Iron Throne because they made that throne. They made that specific throne. Like, if you guys don't know this, the people who ruled all the countries of Westeros, yeah. Before there was Westeros, before Westeros existed, it was the Targaryens. They ran everything. They were so egotistical. Like, the Iron Throne, the reason it has all that blade, it was like, yo, I'm making a throne full of fucking blades and knives and shit like that. And that was it. It was so, they got me. They got on my coin. HBO, you just got another year out of my pocket.
Okay, Patty. Yeah. So, was this watchable for someone who's not a fan of Game of Thrones? Because, like I said, I didn't watch it. But since it's a prequel, I assume it has nothing to do with the original series. No. So, I can go in from this from scratch, not knowing or seeing anything before. I don't have to do homework.
No.
I may be tempted to try episode 1. But then again, the original started good too.
Right. What if George R.R. dies? Then what?
He about to die soon.
That's what I'm saying. Then what's gonna happen? Because they're gonna be like, yo, we got hit. We gotta keep going. And now I'm invested in these 3 seasons that are trash.
I mean, I'm not expecting much from this series because he even said that he's not really, even though he has full control over what happens with these characters, he's already focused on another project. So he already has another project that he's very passionate about. Now,
and it's not finishing the actual Game of Thrones books.
Nah. It's a totally another project. I don't know if it's for HBO. I don't know for what, but he already has another project going. The thing about him is he's written hundreds of books. He has multiple series. None of them are as good as Game of Thrones. So I have an issue with him doing another project because if he's not focused on one thing, you only had that one thing, nigga. That one thing. And he's been writing for maybe 30 years. And the only thing that was able to hit the charts in the bestsellers was Game of Thrones. And I think that was the last project he wrote.
I could see how that could end up happening. Because it's not really the passion project you had. It's just, let me write this fantasy book. Okay, it's selling a little bit. Fuck, this is my best work, but these are my actual babies over here. Maybe I'm writing a romance. I don't think he's writing a romance, but let's say he was. And that's his actual passion, but he sucks at it. and he's just forced to constantly churn out more fantasy, and he's like, and he hates himself for it. I don't know what goes into that nigga's head. So I can see how this could not be his actual passion project, and it's just something he's doing because it pays his bills.
All the other
That would be
books that he
sad.
wrote prior before that, they're kind of like in the same genre.
Mm.
If not that, then he goes straight sci-fi. Because I sat there reading Game of Thrones. I said, oh, nah, I got to collect all his shit. So I sat there. Please don't do what I did. I illegally downloaded all his shit.
Mhm.
But the Game of Thrones series I bought. I bought the box set, not the hardcover, because ain't nobody walking around with that shit. I bought the whole box set, right, at Barnes and Nobles, right?
Mhm.
And then finally I was like, oh, nah, I got to download all his shit. So I downloaded all his shit. There was one series that had like 20 books. I'm like, how the fuck? All right. You want to be older. Fine. Let's see what happens. I start reading this shit. I'm like, oh, hell nah. This is trash. This is trash. This is not even worth me going in the bathroom and reading this shit. This is terrible. So
Dang.
now, yeah, it's bad.
That's damn bad.
So Game
Like,
of
how is it
Thrones,
different? It's just like if it's
everything
the
was
same writer, I feel like his
written.
other stuff would be good, even if it's not your taste. It should still be
Nah.
good.
No, because Game of Thrones is actually historical. He just changed the names of the characters. It's not 100% his work. It's based on like some historical shit that happened way back then. So it's not his shit 100%. He just took it and finessed it.
And
He
added
added
dragons and ice
dragons.
zombies.
Yeah, and added
Yeah,
which
take any
is nothing
moment in
wrong.
history, add dragons, boom.
And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. But I just felt like, damn, we're never gonna get anything from this nigga. Like he was just lucky. He just said, you know what, let me just take some shit that's already here and just sprinkle some shit. So what I'm thinking is, I feel like if he goes to do another project, right? Because already it's not like he's super. Damn, I don't want to say that. All right, fuck it. It's not like he's super blessed in the writing area for him to be well known if it wasn't for Game of Thrones, right? For him to work in this other project and for him to leave the House of Dragons and not attend to it as much as he should to make sure what happened to the final season of Game of Thrones doesn't happen again, I feel like it's going to suffer.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens. But first episode,
solid. Okay,
When I
let me
tell
know if you
you
get to
it's
episode 3 and you're still impressed.
nah, they.
I'm gonna go with the same rules you gave me for Shadow House. Episode 6, please. Let me know.
I'm guys. Episode 1 was so good. It's 1:12. It's 1 hour and 12 minutes. If
Jeez, that's a
episode
movie.
2 wasn't as good as 1, I'm still in. If episode 3 isn't as good as 1, I'm still in. Because there's so much shit that fucking happens. And I'm like, oh, I don't even care. You could shit on me for 2 more episodes. I'm still loyal. I don't care if you cheat. Like, that's how good it was. That's how good it was. I was just at awe.
High praise.
Yeah. Coming from me, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Like I said, I'll sit and I'll wait. I don't need to be the first one to see it. I don't mind spoilers. If I hear it's that incredible, yeah, I'll check it out.
No, don't check it out, Brie. It's not for you.
No?
You are going to scream within the first 10 minutes. Do not watch it.
Oh, is
I
it
do
scary?
not want to hear you. I do
Is it
not
bloody?
want to hear you.
It's definitely bloody.
What?
It's Game of Thrones.
What? It's a slaughterhouse. What are you talking about? Nah, you can't watch it. It's not built for you. Trust me. I will never bring up Game of Thrones and House of Dragons ever again because I know for a fact this show is not for you.
Okay,
Yeah,
maybe.
you don't have to talk about it. That's why I was like, I tread lightly. I was like, are you guys watching this? And then when you said nah, and then I thought about it, I was like,
yeah, it sounds about right.
Bree's not gonna like this.
There's a reason she ain't finished the first one.
Exactly. So I just like, you know what? You're good. Nah. Nah.
It's true. It's true. Because I like to eat while I watch stuff. But if it is bloody or gory, I cannot eat food while it's gross. Like,
You
that's like
can't even
not
drink.
watching a zombie movie while eating spaghetti.
You can't even drink anything while you're watching this. That's how blood. Nah, nah. You won't. You don't have the stomach for this. I'm telling you right now.
I'll take your word for it. I believe you.
You better. Well, you have
I do.
Nah, don't believe her. Watch it anyway. And tell me what happens.
Look,
No,
that's
you
love
watch
right
it.
there.
Ugh.
I think it's gonna take by storm. Did y'all see She-Hulk?
No,
No,
I've seen
that's
everyone
the other
complaining
thing I
about
thought
it, though.
too. Well, of course they were going to complain about it. It starts with she.
Touche.
That's not my fault. Whether it's good or not, they will complain. So yeah, the biggest thing I saw was people saying like, "Oh my God, she said the Hulk didn't experience anything bad, and she has it way harder because she's a woman."
That's not what she said.
Feminism.
That's
It's like,
not what she said.
I
That's not
know.
what she
I have
Yeah,
enough brain
from
cells
the
to rub
clips I
together to see
saw,
that.
I was shocked that. Well, not so much shocked, but I was impressed at how much they turned around what she said, and I'm like, come on,
Yo,
guys.
the mental gymnastics that like they did the Olympics on this shit. Like I'm just looking at her, like he literally was trying to explain. I don't think it's mansplaining what he did, but what they said that she said in rebuttal to what he said, she basically was like, bruh, I'm a woman. I'm made for this. Niggas make me angry all the time. Niggas mansplain my job to me, and I got my own law firm. Like, do you know how hard? Like, I'm in a courtroom. Like, I'm a woman. Niggas don't respect me at all. This is an all boys club. Like, I have to hold my tongue for a lot of shit just to be professional and not seem aggressive and not seem like a bitch. I know how it is to hold my anger. That's all she said.
Yeah,
And then niggas was like, oh, she's woman-splaining how to be how woman-splaining? That's the same thing as reverse racism. It does not fucking exist.
Right?
I don't understand what the fuck you're doing.
Like when I heard what she actually said, I was like, oh, I get that. It's basically like any black person when they're dealing with cops. The ease at which you can control your anger when you're about to die changes
When
based
she
on the skin color. And I was like, okay, so for women, it's just around men and it's constant. Me, it's only around cops. So yeah, you're gonna be a bit better at this than me.
when she was talking, when she was making her speech, if you close your eyes, I could have sworn it was a black woman speaking. I could have sworn it was a black woman speaking because we always get the shitty end of the stick. But the fact that she was able to say all that and he was like, okay, you got it.
Yeah.
You got it. You got it.
And that's how guys should take it. Just like, okay, yeah, I get your perspective. I see it. I empathize. And I know. But the way they did it, the way the people complaining in the comments are ridiculous. Guys, calm down. Stop.
Yeah, they
Step
even
away from
said,
the keyboard.
If you look at the ratings, they even said that She-Hulk is number one for like for bashing. Like it's number one for all the bad reasons.
Damn.
I mean, but I mean,
it's only been what, like one episode?
Yeah,
I want to watch it out of spite.
I was always gonna watch it. It's just now I'm gonna watch it weekly out of spite. I was gonna watch it like in the whole, because I'm all about that binging life.
I just the messed up thing about it is, right, is that you could tell they're not putting effort in this.
Really? So aside from that, is it just in general bad?
It's bad.
It's bad. Oh yeah. It's terrible. It's just they're being mad for the wrong reasons, and they're bashing
like there's so many
reasons.
actual reasons to be mad at it.
It is, and you know what? Let's just keep it 100. For all the guys who are comic book fans out there who really watch She-Hulk, this is what I don't understand. We've watched Banner turn into Hawk and not control anything. We see She-Hulk transform just one time, and she's all ready to just drink and have fun. She has her senses. She's able to control her, like she's not batshit crazy, But still, you guys, like, that shows you right there that she's able to control She-Hulk for the most part, because she's not sitting there Hulk smash puny god. Like, she's not even doing that. She's just like, I need some stretch pants because my butt look good in these. Like, she's just having fun, right? So at least that should have told you that, okay, she's a badass bitch. But nobody cares about that. They're like, oh, she's women's playing and stuff like that. Fine. But to go back to what I was saying, I feel like what Marvel is doing is setting you up for a bigger picture. No effort went into this series. You could tell by the first episode, they skimmed through everything, even how she gets transformed. Like, everything was just like really, really fast for the first 30 minutes. I was like, God damn. Already? Like, it's only been 5 minutes. She's already She-Hulk? Like, come on, stop it. I mean, in the first issue of She-Hulk, she does transform after getting shot because she's a lawyer. So she represented somebody who was against a mafia. So they followed her home while Bruce Banner was in the car visiting her, and she got shot. She lost a lot of blood. Bruce Banner took her to the basement, and for some strange reason, he remembered 15 years ago they had the same blood type. So he felt like the only way to save her is to do a blood transfusion. And he did that. He stayed at her house overnight, and he thought, okay, she ain't transformed. She good. I'm leaving. He leaves, and this bitch breaks the house. Right? So she's like, oh my God, I'm big, I'm green, but I'm beautiful. I got these titties in the ass. Let's go. So that's how she becomes She-Hulk. Kind of like how in the series, he gets cut and some of the blood went on in her womb. And that's how she became She-Hulk, because of his blood or whatever. And I was like, damn.
Wait, so you mean the blood transfusion was only in this version?
Was only in the comic books. The blood transfusion was only
transfusion was in the comic books, right? And in this live action series, it was
just a cut. It's just a cut. Okay. Both of them. So it was like a car accident. They were both in the car. It flipped over, and she's trying to pull the Hulk out, her cousin, and then she has a cut, and he has a cut, and that's how it happened.
That still feels a little weird. I was mad in the first case because that's really, really negligent practice to give someone infected blood and then only wait a night of observation and saying it's fine. By the way, I hate Bruce Banner and the Hulk in MCU version. I don't know, comics, but he is my least favorite character. I despise him down to my soul just because he very much irritates me. So no matter what, I'm going to nitpick about how.
Why does he irritate you? This is interesting. Why does he irritate you?
Okay. First, I'll just say my other problem. I'll explain why he irritates me. But then the problem is, why does she have to pull the Hulk from a car? He's been bombed, smashed, and like thrown around. Is he suddenly not the Hulk anymore? He can't survive a car accident?
No, he's still a Hulk. Did he transfer back to... He's knocked out. That's a good fucking question, bro. Like,
in the first Avengers movie, he was dropped out of the sky and was totally fine. Like, am I missing something? Is he no longer Hulk as the Hulk?
No, he's the Hulk throughout the whole movie.
So why does he need her, a normal human, to pull his Hulk ass from a car accident?
The transfusion made more sense. The transfusion made more sense.
Nah,
is negligent, but that
I can see why. I can see why. You know why, ladies and gentlemen? Just to let you know right here, just to piss off some of you misogynistic pigs, because she's a woman. That's what women do every day. We always cover your ass. We're always pulling you out through shit. Even if we don't like you, we don't stand you. We can't stand you. We still pulling you out. We still helping you. Thank you, bitch.
Was it weaponized incompetence? Maybe he just was like laying down, like he just didn't feel like getting up. Maybe.
Right. That's the only explanation I can think of. No, I'm good. You pull me up. Okay, so why do I hate Bruce Banner?
Yeah.
It's probably not his fault necessarily. He's just so whiny and annoying. He was okay as of the first movie. I didn't have a problem with that. I think it's probably because of the nonsense romance plotline between him and Black Widow in that, like, was it in Civil War, Sokovia, That wasn't Civil War. That was pre-Civil War.
No, that's
But that movie right there, the nonsense romance plotline, he's still being, oh my god, I'm the worst, I'm terrible. And then they really chose to do the Black Widow, a whole like, oh, I'm also broken because I'm an infertile woman, therefore I'm not a full woman. Like, oh, I don't like that in order to like match them up romantically. Then he was a bitch and flew off. My happiest day was Thor Ragnarok when Bruce Banner wasn't there no more. It was just Hulk and he was great.
Thank you so much behind the scenes. Yeah, okay. He had a device on his wrist that kept him from changing. So that's why she had to pull him out. So he was Banner throughout the whole car wreck. She pulled him out. And
that's a dumb device to keep on. Like, why?
That is a little reckless device. Especially, how did he get back to Banner? So he was like half Hulk, half Banner.
No, he was just Banner.
No, before this, as of like the last Endgame movie, he was half and half Hulk, eating tacos. He at some point made a device for himself, or someone else put a device on him that
he made
a device. The Hulk.
He made a device to merge himself with the Hulk, right? Where he could have control. But it was always like a prototype. It wasn't like something that was permanent, right? So it was always something that he tried to fix. So now, instead of doing that, he decided that he was going to just wear the device, right? Now that the blood like while she's pulling him out the car, he noticed while he's waking up, he's like, oh shit, bitch, my blood, where your blood, bitch, don't. And then she starts running and she starts changing, but you don't see her fully change, but you see her changing, and then she passes out. He decides to, I think he brings her back to his place, and he takes some of her blood and he starts doing stuff with it and realize that he could stay using her blood and better the prototype that he had for him to stay Hulk / Bruce Banner. So that's another reason why women are top shit.
I'm so confused. So first, as of Endgame, he's like half and half, eating tacos, looks like a tiny Hulk, but total control. Then at some point later, he makes a device for himself that goes 100% human and entirely binds the Hulk ability. And then he gets into a car crash where she has to save his ass. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, oh, look, blood. Did he get her consent to use blood to experiment?
Probably not.
Obviously, no.
Okay, just wanted to double check that.
Any man that's going to mansplain you how to control your anger definitely doesn't want consent. He does not know what consent means.
So that takes some of her blood and made himself more medicine to go back into half and half Hulk form?
Yes.
Which he already had without her blood anyway.
It wasn't that good. Like I said, it was a prototype.
Okay, so it was moderate.
Her blood made it better. When he actually took it to the lab, he was able to sustain in that form because of what his blood did to her blood. So he was able to duplicate that because remember, when She-Hulk emerges, she has full control. Like she controls She-Hulk. She-Hulk is not like batshit crazy.
Yeah, right. She doesn't have like the split-ish personality.
Nah, so he wanted that. So he tested out her blood and knew how to duplicate that and make sure that he can have it on a consistent basis. So he has it.
Another reason I hate him then is it feels like his personality, based on what it was set up to be in MCU, was his Bruce Banner personality and his Hulk personality coming together and forming an equilibrium between them. And I thought that's what it was going. Again, I hate Bruce Banner. Hulk is cool. Ragnarok was fun, but it seemed like his entire character arc over the course of MCU was supposed to be like him reaching an equal state where he and the Hulk could get along, shake hands, and it seems he made it to that kind of, but now he doesn't. I just don't know where his character personality is going. He seems like always a little bitch, like, oh no, this is so rough. Oh, my life. And it's
I mean, he does have it rough, Brie. Like he can't get stopped by the cops. He can't have sex. He really can't have sex. Like anything can trigger him. And once he gets triggered, he doesn't even know how long he's going to stay as the Hulk. One time he said he ended up in China somewhere, butt ass naked, and didn't know how he got there. So, and until he was on the news and the Hulk did this to a fucking building. So It's a scary experience to have ultimate power and not be able to control any of it or even remember. Like that's college years in your 30s. Like,
Yo, how'd I get back to
Okay,
my room?
fine.
That's what's
I
up.
admit again, I can't say my hatred is fully justified. All I know is this overwhelming sense of irritation that overwhelms me whenever he's on screen, like consistently throughout the MCU. So it's probably an unfortunate bias on my part. Again, I can't point to it. It's just like, oh my god, I don't like your character. I don't like your story.
Damn.
So, yeah, I wish I could justify more. I really do wish I could, because at some point I'll have to confront the fact that he's not so bad. But for now, I'm gonna keep my hatred nice and deep in my heart.
That wasn't a surprise because I knew you couldn't answer. I just wanted to see how you try. Because
attempt.
Okay.
No, but I will hold on to like the Black Widow Hulk thing being nonsense, and I'm glad that behind the scene, yeah, you're on the same page. That was weird and bad. Especially because they didn't know what they ever wanted to do with Black Widow's character. At first, it implied maybe some Black Widow, Hawkeye, and then it's like, JK, he has a family and they're just bros. It's like, okay, now it's suddenly like they wiped her off onto the Hulk, onto Bruce Banner, to really drive the point home that she's not interested in Hawkeye. Like, how do we make sure that this woman isn't in a love romantic relationship with this guy? Don't write them well as just friends. I know, give her a different love interest. Because the only way you know she's not interested is if she's interested in someone else. Because she has to be interested in someone. She's the only girl on the team.
She was interested in a lot of people. First it was Captain America. Then she had a little side something with
Tony. She did have like a slight flirtation, but she was undercover. So
Tony. And then it was just everywhere. I think
all of them in the team of 5. She was partnered with all of them at least once.
Yeah, she was taught. Yeah. The only thing I can see how it takes a woman's touch to actually calm Banner down. Like, because she's the only woman there anyway. So all she had to do was sing a lullaby. And he even mentions it too. He's like, yeah, the only thing that calms me down is when Widow was singing me a lullaby.
That's because it's written that way. If it made more sense, it would have been the only person who wasn't afraid of him, which was Tony Stark at the start. It's like, yeah, I'm not scared of your big rage monster. We're cool. I'm curious and approaching it with equally scientific minds. That would make more sense for the person who's willing to stand close enough to cool him off. But no, instead, they did the person who was avidly afraid of him and terrified.
Nah, Tony Stark was pussy. Everybody's scared of him. Everybody, even Thor.
Thor is scared of Hulk. She was also kind of scared of him.
No, she was always scared, but she was like, they made her seem like, okay, I'm desperate. I can't have no future with anybody. You can't have no future. Let's just be together. Like, that relationship didn't need to happen. And I don't know, it seemed forced. And that's kind of like, first of all, that kind of hurts me as a woman, because if the Hulk don't want you, goddamn, who the fuck will?
Right? Damn. He shafted her and flew away without saying shit. That's a valid reason I've got on my side. There's something. At least one point in my favor.
That's so crazy.
Black Widow now.
That's so crazy. Like
it was how Black Widow was treated in general, and how he just pussied out in food. He didn't even tell her no. He just dipped on a plane sent to space.
Listen, if that happened to me, yes, I'm sacrificing myself for any stone, any fucking stone, because I'm not living in a world where the Hulk for me can reject me. Okay, I'm not living in a world where even the Hulk is rejecting me, nigga. You can't wear shoes. You rip up all your pants,
right. And actually, Heinzine has another good one. The Hulk doesn't have the anger problem. Bruce Banner is the one that the anger problem. That turns him into the Hulk. The Hulk goes wild, but he's still the one that gets pissed.
True. Let me see. We're not reading these comments. We are so bad. Hold on. Banner had
ago.
You saw it already?
That's the one she just responded to.
Oh, sorry. I'm just not reading it.
No, you good.
I'm just not reading this. But
yeah, so he's just not my favorite of the MCU characters. He's definitely my least favorite of the MCU characters. I can't think of any that irritate me more than him. And I'm thinking real hard. No. He's the one I dislike the most.
Yeah, Widow deserved better. You know what? I would love to. This is funny. Not funny, ha. Funny weird. Because I'm just thinking, like, yo, if Widow was alive right now to see what they're doing with Roe versus Wade and to see what she had to go through under her Secret Service shit in Russia, she'd be like, what? Bitch. It would make a great story. I just want to hear her shit. I just want to hear, you know. But yeah, long story short, I really do think She-Hulk is just setting up for bigger things. It's not really something that the MCU really invested in.
Mm,
What up, love? What's
Just
going
Do
more
on?
any of their
homework for
current
Brie to
shows
do.
connect right now?
Only
Like I
more
know they
homework
just
for
did
Brie.
Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, Moon
All
Knight.
of them gonna be connected because they say how to watch them.
Oh, they
While
do.
we in phase 5 and 6, they tell you in order how to watch all the shows. So all of them are connected in some way. All of them are connected. So I'm just probably gonna wait it out. I'm not excited to
Move.
see episode. I'm not excited to see episode 2 at all. She didn't leave anything to be desired. But oh, sorry, my CNN app just came up and they just awarded Kobe Bryant's wife the money that she requested that she's suing the Los Angeles police officers for taking pictures of her husband and her daughter. Did you guys know there was a lawsuit for that?
No, what?
I
So
vaguely
apparently,
remember her being mad about it, but that's
so she went
like,
and she sued them. So basically, there was these cops that were at the site where Kobe Bryant and his daughter passed away, where the
mhm,
plane crashed, and they took pictures of it on their phone. She later finds out that they're passing out the pictures like to family and friends, even at the
Oh,
bar
that's
and shit like
dirty.
that. So she got devastated because the pictures are freaking gruesome,
mhm.
gruesome, right? So she got upset. So she was like, "Yo, I take these pictures down." So then finally, she decided to take it to court. So she took it to court, and I guess she won. She got like
As
12
she
One.
point
should.
something
Yeah.
million or whatever. I mean, they were saying all types of shit. Like the Los Angeles police was like, "Oh, she's being too sensitive or whatever." I'm like, "Nigga, I can't believe that. Like that's crazy." But anyway, yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that statement behind the scene. I feel like we do still need Deadpool. All right, like,
Oh, Deadpool is
Deadpool
his own
beats
shit.
everyone in the MCU.
Deadpool
hey,
is
let's
his
just
own
stop.
shit.
Right, like, whoa, hey,
Deadpool is his own shit.
right,
Deadpool
let's,
will always be goaded. I
all
love
right, let's,
Deadpool. Ryan, keep doing
I
what you're
think
all
doing.
right,
I appreciate the fact that you actually had the comic book
yeah,
creators on set and you
right.
paid
Make
them out of
10 more.
pocket.
Make 10 more
I
So
movies.
love
That's
Deadpool
fine.
because how Ryan Reynolds did it. That is my
Basically,
image
yeah,
in of
yeah,
Deadpool. Period.
pretty
It
much.
makes me want to go out and buy the comics. That is one of the only MCU movies that's come out that I look at and say, you know what? Because of this, I
Mm,
want to read the comics.
you won't like the comics.
Nah, is there? He is now my definitive form of Deadpool.
Ugh, don't even. Comics are very all right. I'm gonna just give you one story, real brief story.
They're bloody, aren't they?
How much? Nah, it's not. It's not even that. He's really a bad person. All right. Remember that woman that's blind, that famous actress, the black female that he has in that apartment that she
Mm-hmm.
can't say
yeah.
shit. Okay. So apparently in the comics, he really does have a woman that's like that he's really close with. But she is captive. Like that's his hostage. She can't leave or go anywhere. She's tried multiple times and he's always there to get her. So one day she calls a high school friend of hers and say, "Listen, can you meet me somewhere? I have to stay with you because I'm trying to run away." She takes the bus and she finally gets to her high school friend's house. When she gets there, she opens like the door's already open and she smells like she's like, "What's that?" Like she smells blood. And then Deadpool's like, "Are you ready to come home now? You see what you made me do?" And she
I
brings him
thought
back.
so. I feel like in
And
the comics, he's fully supposed to be an anti-hero in the comics. In
nah,
the
he's
movies,
really
he's like a
obsessed
big
with her.
negligent, but yeah, in the comics, he's pretty crazy, ain't he?
Oh,
I mean,
he's
I
super,
think he's
he's super
crazy
crazy.
in both, just
He's
worse
super
in the
crazy.
comics.
He is super great. And then finally, when he does let her go, he brings her to a park, right? Just a random park. And he's like, I'm you can go wherever you want now. And she's like, finally, the day this nigga lets me go is the day I gotta pee. Fuck. And that's how it ends. It's really funny. But yeah, he's really a bad, he's really a bad shit person. Like he knows he's an ain't shit person, and that's why he kept her hostage. That was the closest thing he had to just having contact with somebody that's gonna tolerate him. So
I still kind of want to read it then.
Same.
It's too late. It's too late. Ryan Reynolds has gotten into the way where no matter what Deadpool does, it's like, oh, he was lonely. That's
he did an awesome job. He did an awesome job.
I can't help. I saw the wrong version first. That's really what it comes down to.
No, he did an awesome job. He did a phenomenal job. He made that shit his own. Yeah, he's gonna make it hard for anybody to play Deadpool after him if MCU picks it up, because I think it's Fox.
Yeah, I think there's talks to do it, but
it's Fox. So
nothing's been confirmed.
Yeah, that's a tough act to follow because I don't see anybody else doing it. He did that on purpose. He said, if I'm going to leave, the shit coming with me. As a matter of fact, I would appreciate it if he bought the rights to Deadpool. It makes sense. Like Christopher Reeves, the guy who played the first Superman back in the days in the 80s, he bought the rights to Superman after the second movie. He said, oh nah, I'm too fine for this. My jawline is too perfect. Ain't nobody gonna do this. And he bought it. He bought the rights. So whenever there's a movie, no, he's dead. So that it's done.
Oh, got it.
Like that's why they were able to make the new Superman movie after he died, like 2 years later, because he died. It's not his anymore. So he bought the rights to it. So now, like, that's why it was hard for them to make more movies after him. Like, there was no movies after him. He was like, "It's nah. If you want it, you no, it's my shit." So that was it. I think I can't see Hugh Jackman not being Wolverine.
It's gonna be so weird.
So, but I could definitely do without Halle Berry being fucking Storm. I'll tell you that much.
We haven't gotten a good one yet. We haven't gotten an actor that owned the role. Like, I mean, maybe there is precedent because all the Spider-Mans, they keep switching them out. We like Deadpool kills Deadpool. That sounds fun. But no, they keep switching out the Spider-Mans, and it's been okay because each one has their own kind of like version of Spider-Man. There's a Tobey Maguire, nerd Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield, cool Spider-Man, kid. Who's the kid? Tom Holland is like little baby Spider-Man. So if they really just completely revamp Deadpool, they could. But yeah, Ryan Reynolds really just put it on.
The only reason they're able to do that is because of the fact that they introduced the multiverse. MCU introduced the multiverse, so that's why they were able to have multiple different Spider-Mans, and they still, like, you know, it still coexisted. You're like, okay, you're in this, you actually saved your girlfriend in this one, and you actually don't have a girlfriend. You actually killed your mother. You actually killed your aunt. Like, the different Spider-Mans, it makes sense because it's different different multiverse. We've never done that with X-Men because Fox don't care, right? They're just casting people just to cast people. And I feel like you have such a powerful title, such like X-Men is that's what made Marvel was X-Men, and they just dropped the ball. So again, we don't have X-Men, and like X-Men is not being picked up. They're doing Avengers over. They're doing Fantastic Four over, right? I think they're still in a bidding war for X-Men MCU. Because it doesn't make sense for you to have MCU and not have the X-Men. But why would the hell you would have Fantastic Four?
But I mean, they've already set up that they have X-Men and Fantastic Four at this point, right?
Nah, it's not even announced on final. There's not even announced on any of the phases.
But we got another comment from Scene. The Donald Glover led animated series for Deadpool was canceled pretty much after it was already completed. Yeah, that's annoying. I feel like an animated Deadpool would do fantastic. I would love to see it because I can see it having similar to Harley Quinn vibes.
It has to be the same as Harley Quinn. I want the same directors on that shit.
Right.
I want them because I
That
was
would be
watching Harley
amazing.
Quinn last night. That shit is hilarious.
Oh my god, so
Shit's
good.
amazing.
But
That
yeah, but
plane.
this one was finished. It just was never sent out because FXX, I think FX,
Mm-hmm.
whoever was the network, yeah, just decided to cancel it before it even aired.
That's
Mm-hmm.
rough.
Yep. So
That's
that
fucked
was
up.
Gotta be
back
a way to
in
get that shit online.
2018.
That's fucked up. But I don't know. Let's see what happens because I'm excited to see um Ironheart, the next version of Iron Man. She's black. She's smart as shit. She made a whole Iron Man costume in her fucking room with Amazon parts. I was like, God damn, bitch. You got that from Amazon? That's crazy. Yeah, the best non-comic book version of Storm was the 90s cartoons. Yeah, that was it.
X-Men or X-Men Evolution,
X-Men Evolution didn't come out in the 90s, I don't think.
right?
Nah,
Okay.
I think it came out early 2000s.
Yeah.
But MCU already owned X-Men.
Right. Yeah.
But they all right, if they own X-Men, if you look at phase 5 and 6, they never announced that they were coming out with any
Yeah,
X-Men
but I
movies.
mean, they've kind of already alluded that they're planning on it with Professor X showing up in the
Oh
Multiverse of Madness.
yeah. Oh no,
There's
I hate
already
it.
talks of it
I hate it.
through with what happened in WandaVision.
You
That
should did you see who's gonna play Xavier?
Oh,
is it not still Professor somebody
Nah.
else? Why?
You guys seen damn what's it?
But why though? He's
He's
still
black.
here.
He's black.
I would like to retract my why.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he's asking for more money they don't want to give him, which I think he's worth it. Maybe he just can't do it anymore because he's getting older.
Yeah.
yeah. But making Xavier black, has he ever been black in the comics?
No.
Okay.
This is a bad
one
decision.
point for diversity, good, but they would have to, I guess, change his backstory because he would be the same age as Magneto, right? And Magneto was like big for having survived the Holocaust. That's a big part of what gave him his outlook.
They both have the same age, but remember, Stan Lee said that Xavier was supposed to be a representation of Martin Luther King
compared to. That's what I was just thinking. The only thing is, if they made it more along the Martin Luther King vein, like supposed to be that versus Malcolm X, as Magneto, kind of.
I don't know. I feel like
you can kind of see it.
At the end of the day, it all depends on writing. Like if they write it well,
they won't.
It's not gonna matter.
They won't. They won't because here's the thing. I feel like they won't know what to do with this one because it's not like
because in the movie,
in
the MCU so far, they have not made it a Bridgerton situation. Race is relevant, as we saw with Falcon and Winter Soldier. So therefore, he would have to rewrite Xavier's backstory, which could be pretty normal because it seems like most of MCU is happening like modern day, modern technology. So having an Xavier who was like born long enough ago to have been through World War II but is still like alive and kicking isn't regular. So they'll already have to adjust the backstory to push it forward in time. Well, I can see if this Xavier is like a born American, grew up really fighting, inspired by Martin Luther King in the 60s, and inspired his like now 2020 character.
I mean, not only that, with the multiverse being introduced, like they can kind of write whatever they need to write.
And off him comment, "Oh, you're black in this universe."
Yeah, from Breaking Bad. Yes, that's the guy from Breaking Bad. He's the guy who's going to be playing Xavier.
Oh, I'm sold.
I'm gonna have to sold. My battery's at 4%.
I'm sold if Gus is playing this. What?
Nah, I don't think he'll do a good job. He's an amazing actor. I don't think he'll do a good job as Xavier though. Bree, you said you gotta hang up.
Yeah. My phone just gave me the 4% warning.
Rough.
All right, so you guys,
we've been here an hour and 20.
Yeah, we should be we should cut this short. But this is one thing I do have a issue with real quick. I don't like it when certain characters I don't want them to just be black. You know,
I
I feel
get
like
that.
it's an easier way to just be like, all right, let's just make them happy and just turn them black, right? I want black characters created.
Yeah.
I don't want them to just change and just make them just black. Because me personally, I just can't see, as great as an actor he is, I don't see him as Xavier.
Look, I have no problem with MCU original character. Like, go for it, please. Like, I'm fine with it.
Or even seeing some of the newer comics, like a Miles Morales or a Miss Marvel situation, where it's inspired by one of the other, inspired by OG Superman, inspired by Captain Marvel, but now it's like a kid or person of color taking up the similar mantle, but still
Right,
a
but they
somewhat
all
original
have
character.
yeah,
Yeah.
but they're all their own entity. They
Yeah.
all
No, I get
have
that.
their
Exactly.
own backstory. They're not just, one day
The
they white,
black,
one day they
whatever.
black. Right. So I just have an issue with that. So let's see what happens. I don't have no hope for this at all. But okay, Bree's dead.
It's
Okay,
okay.
so
My phone is still, or my computer is still alive, so you just won't see me on Instagram.
She's going for
all
the
right.
Insta.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you really want to tune in and listen to us, you don't have to stay on Instagram. You could come into our YouTube, Black Ramen Podcast on YouTube. You can go on our Twitter. You can go on our Facebook. You can go on our Twitch. We are streaming live, so you can actually talk to us. But I'm not staying on here. I want to take a shower. I'm
I
staying on
need
here
to go
too much.
eat. So
Is there anything else you guys want to thank you so much behind the scene.
thank
I
you.
appreciate it. So
Yeah.
is there anything you guys want to hash out before we go?
Nah. I think
Ooh,
that's oh. What?
real quick, you guys need to watch Extraordinary Attorney Woo.
Oh,
It's
we
on our list.
know, we know.
It's on our list.
Ooh to the ooh to the ooh. Ooh to the
Is
ooh to
that
the
where that
honey.
comes from?
Yo,
Yeah.
I don't know nothing. Say nothing.
What?
It's a
No,
no.
I've been
We'll
seeing
watch
that
it. We'll start it
everywhere.
tomorrow, Brie. We'll start it tomorrow.
Oh,
Rami.
wait. There's another one too that Netflix has. Another K drama. It's called Juvenile Justice.
Oh, now we
We
watched
saw
that.
that.
That was good. That was damn good.
Woo.
was
Season
damn
2
good.
is about to be fucking heat. The last 2 episodes, I was like,
Wait, has season 2 been announced?
Season 2?
nah, season 2. They said that a season 2 is in the works.
Oh,
I looked it up.
Go.
I looked it up. But I don't know if it's true because I had to go to page 2 on Google. So I don't know. I don't know. But they
So
said
just
the show
rumors
is
right now.
They said the show is pretty good. It's doing pretty well. And
God, it was good. As soon as,
No.
because that chick, we had seen her in a different K drama, like the main chick in front of it.
She was in Hyenas.
She was in the main girl in Hyena, and she was also just so good,
face?
like carrying the show
Yeah,
on her
she's
back.
phenomenal.
face?
And how
She's
she just
phenomenal.
always hates kids. I don't ever want to see her in a role where she likes kids. She
Mm-mm.
always
No,
has to look like,
do
one
it.
of, like the
hold on,
dirt
no.
baby
I
kids.
want to see it. I just want to see if she has the range. If she has the range to do the complete opposite.
Listen, the way this bitch was running with heels to catch that shorty over that juvenile girl,
Yep,
she said,
you
"Hold
ain't
on,
getting
bitch."
away from me.
Making me run.
What? She said, "You gotta go to court." She got hit by a car. Remember, she got hit by a car.
Yeah.
And she still ran and called her. It was like, "Yo, me and Mike binged that shit. We binged." She was like, "Yo, this bitch is cold fucking blooded." She said, "Remember that girl that stole that came out of juvie and she stole somebody's wallet?" And she was like, "I don't like bitches
Oh,
like
even
you."
that first episode.
Yes,
Oh.
I don't like bitches like you. She said, "Why you don't like bitches like me?" She said, "I don't like bitches like you." She said, "But I ain't steal it, I promise you. I know you ain't steal it. Because you know why? You stole that other bitch's wallet. I saw it."
Yeah, I was like, yo, man, she's fucked up for judging this chick. Oh, nah, she saw.
Whatever
Man,
you
mine,
want.
you fucked up.
Yo, it was just terrible. I was just like, wow.
Like, yo, you can't trust these kids for nothing.
Yo, that K drama is. I started Googling juvenile delinquent K dramas because it was so good.
I know,
This one dude, yo, the kids that did the trafficking and shit.
Mhm.
Oh,
yeah.
my god, this dude,
Nah,
yo,
like,
when
yo.
he was
No,
in
the worst
PB,
were the kids that dropped the brick off a roof.
it's the same
Yo.
kids.
Yeah, that's the one that, handled her.
Oh.
Yo, let me not even
Oh.
spoil anything. Yo,
Listen,
go watch Juvenile
don't matter.
Justice.
Yo, and the court. Wait, you know what made it what made it very touchy was when the judge on that case. First of all, let me say the writing is impeccable because she was staring at this new judge up and down, was like, oh my God, I can't believe she's here. We don't know what the fuck happened, right? She don't even remember her. She just know that, oh, you the whistleblower that got the motherfucker fired, right? That's all we know. And then finally, to the second to last episode, we find out why she remembered this judge. This bitch told her and her husband, you can't be in this room. Get the fuck out. This is the way she teared up, she said it took you 3 minutes to let those kids go. And these are the same kids that are doing what they're doing right now. It took my son 3 minutes to get quote unquote justice, right? But yeah, you want to sit there and do every case like it's an assembly line. Talk about we're not here to take time on every case, or they won't. You sat there and that's what you told me. That was my son was only worth 3 minutes. When I told you I teared up, I was like, yo, do you know I would have had to quit that job knowing that that's the bitch that fucking let them niggas. You can't tell me like I was going to sit there and let y'all do this to me. And she still kept a straight face the whole entire time and still respected her as her fucking boss. You crazy? Oh, the old boss where that nigga was throwing shit. Get the fuck out the room. That nigga deserve a grant. That nigga deserve an Oscar. When he slapped the shit out his son, when his son was doing the school shit.
Yeah.
No, Patty, I'm just telling you, if you like the show, go watch Hyenas.
Yeah. Is that on Netflix too?
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty much another law one where she's operating like as some kind of lawyer going to court doing just, and she just plays those like cold-blooded baddies so well.
Yeah.
I like her as an actress.
She's amazing.
You know why I like her as an actress? She's not your typical breathtaking, beautiful. She's more stern and she takes those roles.
Yeah, she's hot in a very different way.
Yeah, she's
also
hot
still hot.
No, she's still hot. She's still hot. All she put is a little bit of lip gloss. I'm pretty sure she chapstick or the illusion of chapstick, but she make it seem like that's it. Like she the only person that I know that could work that hard, cough out blood or sniff out blood from her nose and still get the court to get the case done. I was like, bitch, you go to sleep. You saw her house? You saw when the nigga went in her apartment, she ain't got no bed?
Yeah.
No water?
Empty fridge.
Yo, wait. The fellow judge with the desk next to him, and you finally got his backstory, how his father used to beat the shit out of him. Like he was nothing because he was a drunk. And then when it all came together, that one dude that handled his case was his boss.
Yeah. Who gave him that second shot?
He didn't even know until the boys' home sent him over his old shit, and he saw the picture of the nigga who tied his shoe. Nigga, when I tell you, whoever wrote this shit need a fucking Grammy, son. Or this shit is fucking beautiful. Yo.
I need the whole EGOT at this point.
Yo. And I love the fact that like in certain cases, they're like, damn. Remember that first case with the boy? Was like, oh.
Yeah,
that's a hard case.
Yeah.
That's a hard fucking case.
Freaking psychos.
Yo. I'm surprised.
And that's what it starts you off with.
Yeah.
That is how it starts. Yeah.
That's how it starts off.
Like, yeah.
That's how it starts off. That's good. That's good storytelling right there. I'm surprised that I'm sorry, Ace. We're talking about juvenile justice is a K-drama on Netflix, which is very good. When I tell you I finished that shit in 2 days, 2 fucking days, 2 days. And now I'm on Google searching. I just finished watching Juvenile Justice. What now?
Yo, K-dramas are like the new anime somewhat.
No,
like, what do I watch now?
But what's good is Netflix, if you just watch 1 or 2 more, will realize you're super into these legal K-dramas and keep spamming them at you. As soon as it comes out, hey, you gotta watch this. We know about Attorney Blue weeks ago. We were just waiting for it to finish.
Yeah, basically.
Oh my God. Our Vincenzo. That's how we got Vincenzo.
Vincenzo's how I started. Like, I had no interest in K-dramas. I watched a few Korean movies here and there, but it was like, I watched Vincenzo. I'm like, yo, I'm hooked. It's over. They got me forever.
That's
The
another
most
good story too.
wonderful revenge ever.
Is that a Netflix original? That's their shit, right?
Yeah.
Vincenzo?
I mean, I don't know if it's original. It's
Maybe.
original out here. That's
No,
what it
I
is.
think it's their name. I think it's they paid for
Like
that
a
shit.
Netflix show.
No, I know what you
No
mean. It's just
idea.
I have no idea
I
if
have
it
to
played on like
see.
TV out there.
I have to see because I'm gonna tell you right now. Netflix may fuck up everything else, but the K dramas they got it spicy.
Yeah,
They know
they
what it
hired
is.
the right people.
They
I
know
don't
what
know.
it is.
I don't know where they found them, but they did it.
They did a good job. Do you know that autism? This is all fake. This is all fake. Like they don't really have certain like having a disability is definitely frowned upon in Korea because if you read the real Korean title of Extraordinary Attorney Woo, it's actually the weird wacky Woo. Like in Korea, like they don't really have like they're saying they don't really respect people with disabilities like that. But I don't know. But it's a good show. Mike hates the fact that she has a love interest.
Oh no! Don't tell me anything. Don't tell me anything. Just let me be
Yeah,
sad for a second.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that. I'm just gonna ignore that part.
I mean,
A lot of times
wait,
in
that's all
those,
over
it's just like
TikTok. Her love interest.
what the to the Rami, or is it someone
No,
else?
it's a guy.
Oh,
That's her
then
best
no,
friend.
immediately no. I don't care.
I mean, I could do without it. The show
You
is
normally
is
can. A lot of
dope.
times they just have some random romantic scenes. Like stop. It's not adding anything, unless it's like a romance K drama.
That's
Then I
different.
don't need it. Exactly, because then I'm expecting you to hug from 15 angles. That's
Yeah.
fine. That's what I'm here for. But this, nah.
The song comes on.
Yo,
I love that. I love that.
no, yo,
That shit is
yo,
like
they
that shit like 2
be
minutes
having
deep.
some boss ass soundtracks.
That shit is 2 minutes
I
deep.
got the Vincenzo theme. I got the one from that journalist one we watched the other day, which I have forgotten the name, but damn it was a damn good song.
Oh.
You know what I
Alright,
like about what you guys are gonna like about Attorney Wu is that every episode is a different case.
Good.
So
love
that's really good. And
I
her
remember.
backstory, her father's backstory is that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's the only reason I watched it was because somebody left a clip of who she confronts somebody in her she confronts a family member and she says something to her and I just was like, oh nah, where's this show? And I saw it on Netflix and I watched it immediately and I was like, oh, okay. It's a good show. It's a very good show and it's taking Korea by storm because everywhere this woman goes, you see her go to the rummy. I love the handshake. I love the handshake. And she knows she has to do it every time. There's a scene when she's running into the restaurant to meet her friend. And her friend is like, ooh to the, and she's running, ooh to the rummy. And like, she's running towards her. It's like, bitch, you can't wait till you get to the table. You're gonna drop something.
See, that's what we need. We don't need a love interest, just a few more of those.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen it yet, and I'm judging.
Wait, hold on. We got a comment.
What?
What is it?
I don't
They
know,
hella
you right.
dusty.
No, I think
Let's
we're getting
look
spammed.
Ah,
Yeah.
good old
we
spam.
we officially made it.
Right?
We are getting spam.
Yo, we're
This is
so excited
cool.
reading that intense. He's like, guys, nah.
I was like, what the fuck is he saying?
That is
At
so
the moment
cool.
somebody writes beta mails, I'm like, iffy.
All right, so if you're getting spam, how you block the shit?
On here? I don't think there's really that option.
Dogs want to add their 2 cents. I mean, tune into the next episode because we're about to get 2 new mics for Yuki and who else? What's the other dog's name?
Karma?
Karma, Yuki and Karma. They got a lot to say. They got a lot to say. Abort black males. Oh my God. This okay. So ladies and gentlemen,
let's call this a day.
That's it for tonight. Stay tuned to Black Ramen Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, well, we got 2 new episodes that came out this week. Tell us what you think about it. Not to mention, if you have any content that you want us to listen or read or whatever, please do not DM us the content. You have to email us the content, and please put Ask Black Ramen. We'll greatly appreciate it. Yeah. Peace.